On the 13th of May 2018, a new Lil Peep track, 4 Gold Chains, dropped alongside a music video. Lil Peep looking into the camera, snippets of his personality, Lil Peep stumbling down a street. Lil Peep is dead. There is something so emotionally disturbing about seeing him as if alive again. Something started to dawn on me then. I think people are sleeping on Lil Peep. Not Lil Peep, some white boy with grills rapper, but Lil Peep, a phenomenon.
I love y'all so much.
A legend is in the making, and I'm not gonna let you guys get left behind. Here's what you need to know. Lil Peep was a 21-year-old American rapper, one of the most notable of a growing genre called SoundCloud rap or mumble rap. This genre is the subject of a lot of ridicule because of people like Lil Pump and like Zan Frank at the most heinous. Peep also self-identified as part of the goth boy clique, GBC. But Peep was also a genre on his own. His background was in southern rap, emo and punk, though his music has been described as including elements of lo-fi and dream pop. In my opinion, Peep was the only artist to ever successfully, authentically, distinctly merge mumble rap with an emo punk sound. The result is fully emo, fully rap, and fully excellent. But even if you don't fall in love with his music, he's got one hell of a story. Lil Peep was born Gustav R. in 1996 and grew up in Long Island, New York. He was smart, but he hated following the rules and norms. His grades were high, but he was always getting in trouble with authority. Gus's mother, Liza, said at his funeral that when teachers started to give him trouble about his first tattoo, he added to it and started getting facial piercings. He graduated from high school on the dean's list. Soon after graduating high school, Gus began recording and producing his own music and posting it on YouTube and SoundCloud. When he was 17, he moved to LA.
In my first show, I threw up after every single song. Like, profusely. I was just vomiting.
Why?
Constantly. I was nervous.
His first mixtape, Lil Peep Part 1, was played 4,000 times in its first week on Bandcamp. Then he released an EP and 3 mixtapes. This is all before he started blowing up. That's a lot of music.
I started like 7-8 months ago. I don't even know how to record myself. I just turned a bunch of knobs that I didn't know what they meant, and it just turned out to be good, you know what I'm saying?
Things really started to snowball after he released his first full album, Come Over When You're Sober, Part 1. His music videos have racked up millions of views. Awful Things featuring Lil Tracy has 94 million to date. The album was released on the 14th of August 2017. Almost exactly 4 months later, on the 15th of November, Lil Peep died. Gus R. suffered from anxiety and depression from a young age. A major theme in his music was depression and substance abuse. He regularly referenced drug use.
My favorite drugs? Weed, Xanax, Percocet, lean. I used to do a lot of coke, but ecstasy, Molly, pretty much everything.
Lil Peep shared a lot of his journey on Instagram. Towards the end of his life, Lil Peep's account was becoming a scary place. Then, on the day he died, he posted this chilling video of himself dropping a Xanax into his mouth after several attempts. The video has been dubbed the death video by some.
He did it! El Paso, I took 6 Xanax and I was lit. I'm good, I'm not sick. I'm gonna see y'all tonight.
Peep had reportedly acquired the Xanax from a fan he was familiar with. The pill was laced with fentanyl. This drug is incredibly potent, 100 times stronger than morphine. It is often compared to heroin and is incredibly dangerous, lethal in doses as low as 0.25 milligrams. Lil Peep was found dead in the tour van after he reportedly lay down for a nap and just never woke up. The world was shocked by Peep's death. Fans were crushed, and other artists were also seriously affected. Some were baffled by the impact Peep's death had, but for those that knew his personality, it made perfect sense. Peep was known for being sweet and goofy and unapologetically himself. He was openly bisexual and had an incredibly interesting sense of style. From his wild dress sense, piercings, and tattoos, he was described as an icon of millennial style, a trendsetter. His style was gaudy, often inspired by streetwear, and most of all, fearless, playing with norms. He was simultaneously a filthy, half-dead mess, and a figure of desire and obsession. Now that Peep is dead, the story is over, right? Everything about Lil Peep seemed to indicate that he knew he wouldn't be here long. He even compared himself to legendary frontman of Nirvana, Kurt Cobain, who died at 27. But Peep left buried treasure behind to sustain us after he left. Still mourning over his passing, fans found out in December that Lil Peep finished working on a part 2 to his Come Over When You're Sober album before he died. This means that the world can expect a whole album of never-before-heard music from Lil Peep, who, I can't overemphasize, is dead. In addition to this, prior to his death, Lil Peep produced a lot of music. The biggest collection I could find was on a SoundCloud playlist linked below with 155 tracks. This includes music from his studio albums, 4 mixtapes, 12 EPs, and features and collabs with other artists. Now, I don't want to spend too much time on this, but it's also worth mentioning some of Peep's relationships and drama. He dated Bella Thorne for a while and was in a relationship with social media influencer Azalea Rodriguez. Azalea has been the center of controversy before for her connection to other stars, including Luke Hemmings from 5 Seconds of Summer. After Peep's death, Azalea suspiciously did not attend his memorial service or speak, although his high school girlfriend and close friend Emma Harris gave an emotional account of their relationship. Additionally, there was conflict between Azalea and Lil Peep's management when Azalea started selling unlicensed Lil Peep merch bearing the words, "Fuck Xanax, rest in Peep." While Azalea claims her intentions were good, Lil Peep's family, management, and some fans believed she was profiting off his passing. So, correct me if I'm wrong down below. What do you think? Will Lil Peep live in infamy or vanish into obscurity? Personally, I think that at the very least, Lil Peep's story is enough to attract a very zealous cult following. Lil Peep's story has it all. He was an attractive, extremely likable figure, making music which no one else was making, and which likely no one else will ever be able to emulate. He fell victim to addiction as a coping mechanism for his depression, and died tragically at the age of 21. And yet, even after death, Lil Peep lives on.